Very good afternoon to you. You're watching Politics Unscripted. Let's get on to this conversation. Our former cabinet minister, veteran ANC leader, and the former Limpopo premier, that's Ngoako Ramathlodi, hit the public spotlight, you'll recall, a few months back when the former president, Jacob Zuma, alleged that he was an apartheid spy. At some stage, he was the political secretary, you'll recall, and speechwriter to the then ANC president, Oliver Tambo. That was in Zambia in 1990 until 1992. He joins me now to talk about the issues that plague his organization and indeed the government it leads. And among other issues, we're going to touch on the allegations of wrongdoing among ANC leaders, including the contentious step-aside debacle, which has seen a lot of pushback from some leaders of the ANC. Mr. Ramathlodi, thank you very much for talking to us. Can I just ask first and foremost what your immediate thoughts are when you see the headlines, I would say weekend after weekend now, since the scandal broke around the health minister, Dr. Xoli Mngambi? What should he be doing at this stage?
So sorry for whatever is happening now. I'm actually very sorry because Dr. Xoli Mngambi is a very good minister. Ne?
I hear you. I'm listening.
He has led us through this difficult time, and I'm just so sorry to hear that.
And I'm asking you the question, what should the minister be doing at this stage in order to preserve, I think, his integrity and public image as one of the senior leaders of the ANC?
You know, Dr. Mckinsey was a doctor in Zimbabwe. I was head of the Political Military Council that time in Zimbabwe, before I went to Oliver Tambo's office. Now, I know him as a very humble man. I don't understand what the hell is happening, but I, Ngoako Ramatlhodi, can't prescribe what Dr. Mckinsey should do.
All right. You can't prescribe what...
in the circumstances, yes.
That's fine, I accept that. You can't prescribe what Xoli Mngambi should do. However, your organization, the ANC, has come up with a very important rule, and that is that if you are implicated, indeed, that's exactly where I'm going. So in line with the step-aside rule, therefore, what should the minister be doing? Both at government level, but also at political party level?
I sit in the National Executive Committee of the ANC, as we speak. But our step-aside rule says the following. Those who are charged, I want to be precise, must step aside. Those who are being investigated, there's no clarity on that one.
And that's where you want to leave it?
Because those who are appearing before the courts, being charged with corruption, in other words, with corruption, they must then be dealt with according to... I'm looking at the conference resolutions side. I'm not dealing with individuals.
Okay. Mr. Ramathlodi, the Sunday Times today is reporting that in a meeting with regional leaders in Pietermaritzburg, the minister, it is alleged that he may have made remarks to the effect that this is part of a process to try and disqualify him from contesting for the position of president. if those remarks are indeed to be believed, as reported by the Sunday Times, if those remarks are to be believed...
I was just sitting here at home because I'm afraid of COVID, so I don't go out.
That, I think everybody is afraid of COVID. But if indeed those remarks that are being attributed to him were to become true, or indeed were a reality, should a leader of his stature be speaking in that manner, given the kind of troubles that he has thrown this government into? A very government that is led by a person who has said corruption is a menace to society, and corruption is not something that should be treated with kid gloves.
Look, I have not seen the statements that he has made, and I don't know why he did, if at all. So my story is the following. I need to verify the facts and just check up and see what the story is. But I think we should give this thing a bit of time and see how it develops.
All right.
I think so.
As a former cabinet minister, in particular Minister of Public Service and Administration,
yes.
When you hear, because there has not been a dispute around this, when you hear that the minister's signature was found in the procurement documents around this Digital Vibes scandal, is that something that the minister should have done?
No. Procedurally, it would worry me, because ministers don't sign documents like that. They are signed by director generals.
And so, with his signature on those documents, what is the logical thing to conclude, therefore? Particularly when he says he had no clue about what is going on. Can he be taken at face value there?
No, I've not seen the signature of the minister on any document. All I can say to you is that at that level, we don't sign those documents.
Okay. Let's conclude this conversation, Mr. Ramathlodi. And I want to ask you the question, do you think the government, as led by Cyril Ramaphosa, is winning the war against corruption when you hear that 14 billion rand of the 126 billion is seen as suspicious?
No, we are not winning the war against corruption. I must confess that. Because these things start from the bottom. At the bottom there, in local government, we have become so incorrigible. We are corrupt, basically.
All right. Thank you very much for your honest thoughts there. That's the former cabinet minister and a veteran leader of the African National Congress, Ngoako Ramatlhodi, talking to us about matters ANC and indeed matters government. And you heard him quite clearly there saying procedurally the signature of the minister, Xoli Mngambi, should not be found in procurement documents. The directors general should be the ones that are signing off on those documents. We're going to leave it there, and that's how we wrap up the first hour of Politics Unscripted. In the second